Hey guys, in this tutorial let's take a look at more problems on continuity. So in this problem the function f of x is defined as x plus a root 2 sin x when x is less than pi by 4, 2x cot x plus b when it's between pi by 4 and pi by 2, and a cos 2x minus b sin x when it's between pi by 2 and pi. So in this question we are supposed to find the values of a and b. First, let's since the function is continuous, left limit and right limit at pi by 4 will be equal. So let's find out the two limits. Limit x tends to pi by 4 minus of f of x will be limit x tends to pi by 4 minus, that means before pi by 4, so it's defined as x plus a root 2 sin x, x plus a root 2 sin x. So when we substitute, we get pi by 4 plus a root 2 into sine pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, so we get pi by 4 plus a. So limit x tends to pi by 4 plus, that is the right limit, of f of x is equal to limit x tends to pi by 4 plus, that is after pi by 4, which is 2x cot x plus b. So 2x cot x plus b. So when we substitute, we get 2 into pi by 4 into cot pi by 4 is 1 plus b, so that's pi by 2 plus b. Since left limit will be equal to right limit, we can equate these two. We get pi by 4 plus a is equal to pi by 2 plus b. Therefore, rearranging the terms, we get a minus b is equal to pi by 2 minus pi by 4, which implies a minus b is equal to pi by 4. So let this be equation 1. Now also the limit, since it's continuous, the limit at pi by 2 will also exist, so limit x tends to pi by 2 minus of f of x. So at pi by 2 minus, that is before pi by 2, that is before pi by 2, the function is 2x cot x plus b. So we get limit x tends to pi by 2 minus 2x cot x plus b, so which is equal to, we get when we substitute, we get 2 into pi by 2 into cot pi by 2 is 0, so we get into 0 plus b. So anything into 0 is 0, so we get 0 plus b, that is b. And limit x tends to pi by 2 plus of f of x, which is equal to limit x tends to pi by 2 plus, which means after pi by 2, and in this case it is defined as a cos 2x minus b sin x. So let's put that in, a cos 2x minus b sin x. So when we substitute, we get a cos 2 into pi by 2 is cos pi is minus 1, minus b into pi by 2 sin pi by 2 is 1, so we get minus a minus b. Since left limit is equal to right limit, we get b is equal to minus a minus b, so we get b is equal to minus a minus b. So rearranging, we get bring this b this side, we get 2b is equal to minus a. So if we get a is equal to minus 2b, this equation 2. Also we have from equation 1, a minus b is equal to pi by 4. Let's substitute a value here. We get minus 2b minus b is equal to pi by 4, so b is equal to minus pi by 12. So let's put back this value here to get a, so we get a is equal to minus 2 into minus pi by 12, which means a is equal to pi by 6. This is the answer. In this problem, we have f of x defined as minus 2 sin x when x is less than minus pi by 2, a sin x plus b when it's between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, and cos x between pi by 2 and pi. So we in this also we have to find the values of a and b, and the function is given to be continuous. So at pi by 2, let's find the limit, left limit, pi by 2 minus of f of x, which is equal to limit x tends to pi by 2 minus 2 sin x, which is equal to, when we substitute pi by 2, we get sin pi by 2 as 1, so this is minus 2. And sorry, this is minus pi by 2. Limit x tends to minus pi by 2 plus of f of x is a sin x plus b, so limit x tends to minus pi by 2 plus a sin x plus b. When we substitute so when it's minus pi by 2, sin x is minus 1, so minus into minus becomes plus. So here when we substitute minus pi by 2, again it becomes minus 1, so we get minus a plus b. So this should be, these two are equal, so we get minus a plus b is equal to 2. This will be equation 1. Then we have limit at pi by 2, both left and right limit should be equal, so limit x tends to pi by 2 minus of f of x is equal to limit x tends to pi by 2 minus, which is a sin x plus b, that is before pi by 2. This sin pi by 2 is 1, so this is equal to a plus b. And limit x tends to pi by 2 plus f of x is equal to limit x tends to pi by 2 plus f of x after pi by 2 is cos x, so cos x, cos pi by 2 is 0, so we get this equal to 0. So left limit and right limit should be equal, so we can equate both. We get a plus b equal to 0, which implies a is equal to minus b. Equation 2. From equation 2 we have a equal to minus b. Let's substitute that here. So we get minus of a, when we substitute we get minus b plus b is equal to 2. So we get 2b is equal to 2, which means b is equal to 1. So when we put the value here, we get a is equal to minus 1. That's the answer.